taking a look at the Eurodollar with Brian Dolan. Brian, the Eurodollar, strong, weak, where's it going now?
Hi, Karen. I think the euro is in the process of a multi-year weakening trend. We're looking at a region with numerous countries that are very highly in debt. In the process, the governments there are undertaking fiscal consolidation, budget cuts, tax increases, austerity measures. This is going to weigh on growth over the next several years. And that is in turn going to make their deficit reduction efforts that much more difficult. As growth slows, revenues are not going to meet expectations, budget deficits are going to stay high and wide, and the debt reduction targets are not going to be met. And I think this is ultimately going to be weighing on the euro in the years ahead. In the very near term, in the very short term, what we've just gone through, we're currently going through sort of the Irish crisis. And that is obviously the headline story at the moment, but I think we want to focus on what's happening to some of the other countries, the more significant economies in the Eurozone. We've got 20% unemployment in Spain. We had negative third quarter GDP out of the Netherlands, and these are supposed to be the solid core performers. And that is what then ultimately weighs on the viability of the euro. In terms of, is the currency going to come apart? Is the union going to break down? I don't think so. They've got too strong of a political will. It is a very large and solid economic region. So what we are talking about are relative growth performance as opposed to an absolute. And Europe is not going away, and the euro is not going away either.
What about some of the countries that are part of this single European currency? There's talk that they want to withdraw. You think that's a possibility?
Physically, economically, politically, it's not feasible. We're talking about a massive infrastructure shift. Everything from parking garage meters to ATMs would need to be changed, and it's simply not an option for these countries. As well, the European Union, the powers that be, if you will, are not going to let that happen. It would take a crisis of proportions far beyond anything that we've seen to trigger that kind of a movement.
The pound has resisted joining the euro. Is that going to stand?
Oh yes, the UK, the Britons are very proud of their independence, their sovereignty, their separation from Europe, and there's still that sentiment that we need to have our own currency. And in the current environment, it's helped them very much. You look at the UK, and they've actually held up very well in terms of the recovery. And part of that has been that the pound has been able to move independently of the euro, and the weakness there has contributed to some export growth in the UK, which has in turn supported the overall economy. So certainly the business leaders there would love to get rid of the pound, love to have the euro for efficiency's sake. But in terms of it being a sovereign issue, the pound is not. When the pound goes away, the queen will be gone.
Brian, thank you.
Thanks, Karen.